fight afterwards. Now he's Debo. Do you really believe he's Debo, or are you being facetious calling him Debo?
I mean, the only thing that him and Debo got in common is he likes to ride bikes around the ring. Hey, ain't Debo get hit in the face with a brick?
Oh, okay. Ice Cube.
Remember, Rolly Romero said that, all right? Remember this. Because after Devin Haney finishes beating the hell out of that Rolly Romero, takes the strap, I'll be playing this video once again. Once again. Just like how Brian Norman Jr. and his father was talking all that crap against Devin Haney. And what happens? Got dropped. Lost your title. The same goddamn thing is going to happen to Rolly Romero, I guarantee you. And that's if the fight even happens. I mean, come on. You got Bill Haney calling you out for gaslighting. Like you're trying to give the perception like you's the one who ain't holding up the fight, the negotiations. Like you is the one. The reason if the fight doesn't happen is because of Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Trying to gaslight. Bill Haney calling you out for it. May 30th, Devin Haney is going to beat the hell out of Rolly Romero. Just watch. Now.
Do it from a reverse order.
Okay.
Let's start with Sebastian is past that. Right?
Yeah.
He is, right?
Yeah.
He's done a lot. He's redeemed himself. He's steamrolling. But see, this is what you got to really analyze what Thurman says, right? I'm not talking about that he's scared of being knocked out right now. That's not what I said, right? I said that on a cellular level, that his body is not his conscious mind. This is, man, you got to understand psychology, people. This is his subconscious.
Okay.
This is in the back of the hemisphere. That when I hit him, I can hit him on the arm. I can hit him to the body. I can hit him on his cheek. I can bust him in the nose. That heavy hitter, the first time it hits him, he's going to know that he's in with a real puncher.
My goodness. Keith one-time Thurman got a goddamn good way of convincing you he's going to be able to win this fight. Despite his layoff from 2017 to 2019. Despite his layoff from 2019 to 2022. Despite his layoff after beating Mario Barrios from 2022 to 2025 at 37 years old, when he was the unified welterweight champion of the world. That was back in 2017. We're in 2026. That's almost 9 years ago. Keith one-time Thurman was not in his 30s. And now he's 37 years old, but still has a way of convincing me that he's going to be able to beat Sebastian Fundora. I got my official prediction for you guys today, man. But first off, I see exactly what Keith one-time Thurman is saying about Sebastian Fundora. Sometimes when you get into there with certain fighters and you don't know what to expect, first of all, unless you've been sparring with these dudes for a while, but you get different looks, you spar with different guys in one session, you'll see the difference between a dude with a lot of power and a dude with a little bit of power. And you could go fight after fight after fight, round after round after round, with fighting dudes that don't hit that hard. But then there'll be that one fight where you get hit really hard. Boom! Psychologically, you got to adjust your game. Now, those hits, they do stay with you. You know, you do think about them when you're training. You think about getting hit with that shot and what could I do to avoid it? And when you go back into the ring and you face somebody who's a power puncher, psychologically, when you get hit like that again, it instantly kicks in you. You got the experience. You've been through this. This is what I'm going to do. But Sebastian Fundora, 6'5", it's not like he's just ordinary fighter, a regular dude at 154 pounds, This is a freak of nature. I see where Keith One Time Thurman is coming from. That psychologically does make sense. And you got to actually think about it and have experience with that to understand what he's saying. But on a cellular level, he got all sciencey on us. And I love it, man. I love it. Now, one thing I will say is when Sebastian Fundora walked in to the opening bout PBC episode that they put on today, when he walked in and faced off with Keith One Time Thurman, it looked like Thurman looked at him, did a little chuckle, and just realized, what the hell am I getting myself into? Hey, man, this fight supposed to go down back in October of 2025. It doesn't end up happening. We're here now. Keith One Time Thurman has had a lot of time to prepare for this. You know, he fought against Brock Jarvis. A lot of people are saying ring rust. But at the end of the day, he had a tune-up fight to come back. He's been training, nonstop training. You know, he was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu in 2024, was training. He's always been in the gym when he didn't have his injuries. So, 37 or not, we're going to see how things play out against Sebastian Fundora, man. Sebastian Fundora coming in saying silence is violence. Silence is violence. Who do I think is going to win? I'll be picking Keith One Time Thurman to beat Sebastian Fundora, man.
Jarvis digs deep, gets to his feet, but Thurman is poised. And here he comes.
Oh, my goodness. Game over.
Oh! It's like he never left. It's Thurman the Great. We back!
Now, that may be very laughable. It may be very laughable. And exactly what I just said against Rolly Romero about bringing this back up again. On Sunday morning, I might be saying to myself, the joke's on me. But I believe, and this is, you know, this is based off of everything. Research, tape study, and also heart and belief. You know, sometimes they say don't put your money on your gut feeling. But my gut feeling, and I see openings. You seen Sebastian Fundora's last fight against Tim Tszyu. Every single fight he has, the dude is getting clipped. I think Keith One Time Thurman definitely can clip Sebastian Fundora. Now, if this was Keith One Time Thurman in 2017, 2016, 2015, he would be able to beat Sebastian Fundora. Definitely. He can do everything. Fight on the inside, fight on the outside. Has multiple layers to his game. Keith One Time Thurman has been in there with, I think, what, 5 southpaw fighters? Mario Barrios was southpaw. Not as tall as Sebastian Fundora, but nobody has ever faced anybody as tall as Sebastian Fundora in the 154-pound division. And there's only been one guy that's ever been able to knock him out, and that's Brian Mendoza. Brian Mendoza, in my opinion, doesn't have the ring IQ, the skills, and I would say athleticism, which is one of the most important things going into this fight. Does he still have his legs under him, Keith One Time Thurman? He had it against Brock Jarvis, but everybody knocks out Brock Jarvis, man. Come on. I got Keith One Time Thurman slipping and countering. Left hooks, right hooks, slipping the jab. You know, Sebastian Fundora, southpaw, is going to be pulling that jab out there like he always does. Pulling it, throwing in those uppercuts, throwing in those left hooks. It's going to be an interesting goddamn fight, man. And I can't wait for it. Sebastian Fundora he's the younger fighter. Not as experienced, but he should win. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, man. I got Keith One Time Thurman winning this fight. This is going to be a fantastic fight. We're going to see if the truth, the redemption fight, if this does truly make Keith One Time Thurman, in my opinion, an all-time great. Just an all-time great, man. The dude has been fighting the best of the best his whole career, and he ain't looking to retire. So, an Earl Spence, a Charlo, Jermell Charlo, too, but the E, not an A. All the other fighters in the junior middleweight division, Xander Zayas, Virgil Ortiz, Jerome Boots Ennis, Keith One Time Thurman. If he could pull this off, my goodness. what this means for the division is going to be absolutely insane. I got him pulling it off against Sebastian Fundora, who has too many openings. But don't be surprised if Sebastian Fundora walks down Keith one-time Thurman, because this is just a little bit too. He bit off too much he can chew, man. Let me know what you guys think, though. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts reporting to you.